Does racism exist now in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love? Let's take it to the streets to see what the people say.
Is there evidence that racism exists now?
Of course.
Okay. What is the evidence that racism exists now?
The way people talk about other people, the way there's divided living areas. I think that there's a lot. I think it's all over the country, not just in people might say it's more in the South, but I think it's all over. Yeah.
Okay. And which people do not practice racism?
I don't know that anybody doesn't. Everybody has some religion or some other ethnic group that they have something to say bad about.
Okay, so how do you define racism?
It's just categorizing other people as something, supposedly lower than yourself.
Is power required to practice racism?
Not at all. I don't think so.
So powerless people can practice racism?
I think so.
Okay. What are the benefits of racism?
I don't see any of them.
But yet you think it's quite prevalent?
I think it's prevalent all over the world, yes.
But if there's no benefit, why do you think it's practiced all over the world?
I think a lot of it is just brought down from generation to generation.
Should racism be eliminated?
I think it would be nice to be eliminated. I don't see any easy way to eliminate it.
You said you think it's practiced from generation to generation. How is it transmitted?
Well, I think in my thinking, one of the best examples is Yugoslavia, where when these different cultures were under the Russian influence, they got along. And as soon as the country became free, all these things that have been taught, I guess, from grandparents to parents to the children today, came back, and you had all this fighting, this strife, and it's one group against another, where it had to come from generations before.
And how were those groups categorized or classified?
Well, I think there it's mostly by religion, religious preferences.
Okay. So racism and religion are related?
Oh, I consider racism any group looking at another group differently, whether it's religion, whether it's skin color, whether it's where someone lives or doesn't live, right?
And are you personally interested in ending racism?
If I thought that I could do anything, but I don't think I could. I don't think it's going to end in my lifetime or the lifetime of, generations after me.
Why not?
I think it's just human nature. Some people just have to have something that they hate.
And are you a white person?
My skin color is white, yes.
Your skin color is white?
Right.
Okay. If your skin color is white, then what color is this?
That's a whiter white.
A whiter white. So what does skin color have to do with racism?
I think one of the biggest problems with, or one of the most prevalent racisms is color of skin to color of skin, with religion coming in right behind that.
Okay. And with the skin color racism, how is that practiced?
Violence, not allowing certain people to certain rights. about what I can come up with right now.
And in order to do that, does that require power?
Well, I'm not sure what your definition of power is. You'd have to give me a definition of power, and then I could either classify it. Yeah, I would say no with the way I would define power.
Okay. And if power is the ability to force people to do whatever it is that you want them to do when you want it to do, would that fit?
Yes.
So with that definition of power, racism requires power to be practiced.
I guess that way, yes.
And who are the powerful people who can practice racism?
I really can't come up with a good answer there.
Can you come up with a bad answer?
No, I'm saying, I would have to sit down and think that through for a long time. I'm caught off guard a little bit here.
Are you not accustomed to having a discussion about racism? Is that what you mean by being cut?
I mean, I probably do not have. I see a lot of racism. I'm not one to condone it or to talk about it. No.
Mm-hmm. And what have you heard about racism if you've overheard discussions about it?
Well, I haven't heard many discussions. I said I've seen and heard racism practiced. I see it every day.
And who do you see practicing racism?
It's across all borders, all boundary lines.
So you don't think do you think there's a balance of power amongst people in the world?
A balance of power.
Meaning this group has the same amount of power as this one?
Well, no, there's no balance of power. I mean, there are more powerful people and less powerful people all over the world. You're getting beyond me here.
And how do you think some people got more power and some people got less power?
That's something I wonder about a lot in a lot of countries, how somebody gets to be the dictator or whatever. I haven't had to go through it. I don't know. I know that it happens, and it happens all over the world. Right.
If someone, because you said earlier you didn't think there was anything that you could do to end racism, so you didn't really have a solution. But if someone provided you with a formula or things to do to help end racism, would you be interested in doing so?
If I saw that it was going to take place myself alone, no. No, I'm not, someone that go out and get on a soapbox or something like that. No.
If it didn't require getting on a soapbox or making yourself visible, would you be interested?
Not really. No. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We appreciate your time.
Well, does racism exist now? Yes. Racism does exist. And it is white supremacy.